You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, guys, we've heard time and time again that representation matters. But we know that is really not the case. Now, we're going to be talking about New York. And New York is definitely a left-wing state run by left-wingers. It's been like that for a while. And over the past few years or so, we have seen the cancellation of actual true representation. I mean, across everything. Whether it's Aunt Jemima, black lady on syrup, canceled. Uncle Ben's, rice, black man, canceled. Mia, Land O'Lakes, canceled. Native American. They are canceling all of these things. And it's definitely politically motivated here. Now, that brings us to the New York public schools. Public schools in New York can no longer have Native American representation for their mascots. Now, I grew up in Southeast Texas, and there's actually a high school. They're called the Port Neches Groves Indians. And last year, I believe they actually played at the band actually performed at I can't remember if it's Disney World, Universal Studios, something like that. And they got a lot of backlash because they were the Indians and they were saying like scalp them. That's a part of their thing. It's been like that for a while. We played them in football for decades when I was actually in high school. But New York State, man, not a surprise. There will be zero. I'm going to repeat that again. There will be zero Native American representation in New York public schools. So when you go to the football games and your team used to be called the Warriors, the Braves or whatever, no more. That must be canceled. See, these people truly do not want representation. I mean, think of this, guys. Think of this. When you look at sports teams out there, is there anybody out there trying to cancel the mascot of the Irish? Notre Dame Fighting Irish, right? Nobody is saying that is offensive to the Irish. And that mascot in Notre Dame is a little Irish man with his dukes up looking like he's ready to fight. That's why they call it the Fighting Irish. Nobody's saying that is a stereotype of Irish people. Yeah, this is ridiculous, man. I got a major problem with this ruling, but I'm not surprised. This is New York, and representation truly does not matter. Let's read some of this, guys. New York public schools have been barred from using Native American mascots like Warriors, Chiefs, Redmen, or Braves. The Albany Board of Regents, which oversees the New York Education Department, voted to phase out Native American-related nicknames as part of a politically correct national effort to scrub racially insensitive imagery from sports teams. Okay, let me ask you this. If you actually see a Native American headdress, how is that racially insensitive? Somebody explain that to me right there. If the Native Americans actually wearing it, how is it racially insensitive? You see, folks, this only goes one way. It truly only goes one way. This is ridiculous here. Quote, nearly 60 school districts will be required to eliminate all use of indigenous-related mascots and imagery by the end of 2024-25 school year, or risk losing state aid, board members unanimously voted or ruled, noted the Post. Quote, the new ban supported by the Shinnecock Indian Nation and Oneida Indian Nation does not apply to tribal schools. So if these images are so insensitive and racist, why are these Indian tribes actually still using it? I thought it was racist, right? I mean, this is insane right here. This is crazy. But this is actually New York. Regent Kathleen Cashin said the new policy stems from a desire to elevate all people. Elevate all people, but yet you're getting rid of Native American representation. So how is this actually elevating all people? Quote, it's the right thing to do. Our desire is to elevate people, not diminish them. We want to elevate all people, she told the Post. I mean, think of this, guys. Look at this right here. Our desire is to elevate people, not diminish them. But yet you're getting rid of all of the mascots. You go to football games, you go to basketball games, you see the logo of the mascot, it's going to be erased. They're going to have to come up with some new name because of liberal policies here. Quote, the department does not anticipate that any team names, logos, or mascots that contain vestiges of prohibited team names, logos, and mascots will be considered acceptable, said New York State Department of Education spokesperson J.P. O'Hare. It does not anticipate any team names, logos, and mascots that contain vestiges of prohibited team names to be considered. Wow. The move to eliminate Native American themed mascots in Empire State goes as far back as 2001, when former Education Commissioner Richard Mills called upon schools to, quote, to end the use of Native American mascots as soon as practical, adding that they, quote, can become a barrier to building a safe and nurturing school community and improving academic achievement for all students. Wow. So, you mean to tell me that this is actually going to help Native Americans right here? Think of this. If your team name is the Braves, school mascot is the Braves, you go to the football game and it's removed. Let's say they become like the Cubs or something like that. I don't know. How is anybody actually going to think about Native Americans? I mean, truly, guys, they're actually pushing Native Americans to the back burner here. This is what they're doing. This is what they're doing. As many as 133 schools and 55 districts still had such mascots in 2022. However, some parents feel the move goes too far and will eliminate history. Yeah, they're trying to erase history here. That's what they're doing. Quote, you shouldn't be erasing history. We should be learning from it, one parent told the New York Times. I know I am in the vast majority when I say we want to keep our warrior name and should be allowed to do so. I will forever be a Mohonasan warrior. Republican New York Congressman Elise Stefanik blasted the move as being part of a woke agenda. That's because that's what it is. And they're definitely trying to erase history. This is what they're doing. They don't care about any kind of representation. When any of these leftists tells you they want representation, then say, hey, why are all these companies and these school districts out there getting rid of Native American representation? What was wrong with Mia being on the Land O'Lakes butter? What was wrong with Uncle Ben's? A man in a bow tie being on the bottom of Uncle Ben's. What is wrong with the name Warriors? What is wrong with that? There is nothing wrong with that. The Wokes have actually been trying to push Florida State to get rid of the name Seminoles. But Florida State has the full backing of the Seminole tribe. This woke agenda, man, is going to destroy everything. You notice that these left-wing politicians aren't trying to destroy like the Irishman or anything like that. They're not doing that. This is insane. You got all these sports teams, even mentioned it here, the Cleveland Indians, not even the Indians anymore. It started off, Chief Wahoo. They got rid of him. Then they changed the name of the Indians. I believe that the Kansas City Chiefs, I believe that they're going to be next. I believe they're going to bend the knee because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they don't actually allow headdresses and stuff now at Arrowhead. It's only a matter of time before the Kansas City Chiefs actually end up changing their name as well. They're trying to erase all representation, guys. This is what they're doing. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Sports 2 fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And we will catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.